Hello friends, welcome to Net Chemistry. We were discussing about physical chemistry topics, gaseous state of the molecule. We have seen real gas equation, virial equation and Boyle's temperature. In the last class, I have shown the derivation of those equations, and today I am continuing with the same topic but no derivations. I am writing the equations which will be useful for you to solve the questions. Okay, we will continue with the gaseous state only. Today we will see the liquefaction of gases. Okay, how the gases will be liquefying, how the gases are forming from liquid to gaseous state conversion. You know how the gases are forming. Once it is in the form of a liquid, once it is a liquid, if we are giving temperature, heating, what it will happen? It will be converting to the vapor phase, right? So then vapor phase will be converting into the gaseous state, right? This is the way it is forming from liquid to gas. It will be like this. What will happen? But in the vapor phase, whatever the pressure you are applying, this vapor phase can be converted to liquid phase. That is what this reaction, liquid to vapor and vapor to coming back to the liquid. That is a reversible reaction, but once it has become a gaseous state, it cannot be back to the vapor or liquid. This is irreversible, right? Right, liquid to vapor, this is reversible process, but vapor to gaseous state it has converted, it is irreversible. And this vapor phase at a particular temperature, it will be converted into the gaseous state and it cannot be irreversible process. Okay, the temperature above the temperature, this cannot be gaseous state, cannot be converted to the liquid. Okay, what is the temperature? The temperature is what? Critical temperature we will say. What it will be? Critical temperature. Above that temperature, this gaseous state cannot be converted to the whatever pressure you are applying also. This cannot be converted to this reverse process, cannot be happen. That temperature is called as critical temperature. Critical temperature, critical pressure and critical volume. Equations I will write. That equations will be useful for you to solve the questions in exam. So we will see what all are the critical temperature equation, critical pressure equation, critical volume equation. Okay, critical temperature is represented as TC. What is Boyle's temperature? You know, right? You have seen TB, right? What was the formula to find out the TB? This is what Boyle's temperature, right? Now the next is TC, critical temperature. Okay, what is the formula to calculate critical temperature? We will see. Now whatever I have told, I have written here in this board. You can see what we were seeing, liquefaction of gases. Liquid to vapor, then it is converting to the gaseous form. Once it is become gaseous state and it has attained the critical temperature, at the critical temperature only vapor to gas it will be forming. Once it has reached the critical temperature, whatever the pressure being applied also, it cannot be converted to the vapor phase. Then liquefaction of gases will not happen. Okay, liquid to vapor is a reversible process, right? Vapor to liquid, liquid to vapor it can be. Then once it has attained, it has become a gaseous state, then it is in the critical temperature. Whatever pressure you are applying also, liquefaction of gases is not possible. So for you important is these three formulas: critical temperature, critical pressure and critical volume. I have written critical temperature 8A by 27 RB, critical pressure A by 27 B square and critical volume 3B. What is A and B? A and B is the arbitrary constant. You know what is A, what is B. A is the intermolecular forces and B is the size of the molecule, and R, you know, here one R is there. What is R? Universal gas constant, and the value also you know 8.314, right? And Boyle's temperature A by B R, that last video we have seen. This many equation is important for you to solve the questions. Find the critical temperature, critical pressure, critical volume, Boyle's temperature. Everywhere with A and B values is important. Okay, this is the equation to find out. Next we will see Maxwell's distribution of gaseous molecules, speed of gaseous molecule. So if we consider the molecule, the gaseous molecule in a closed container I am taking, if you see the molecule will be in a random motion, right? See, if you see the gaseous molecule, it will be like this. It will be in all the places, it will be in a random motion. So what will happen? This molecule will be colliding each other. So the transfer of energy will be happening from one molecule to the other molecule. The energy transfer will happen. See, either one molecule will lose the energy, but the equal energy will be gaining by the other molecule. So this molecule will be in a random motion. So we can say it as a speed. We can use the term speed. Why it is speed? We cannot use velocity because it is a scalar quantity. It is non-directional. It is a scalar quantity. So we are using the term speed to refer this gaseous molecule, the movement. It is not referred by velocity. Velocity, you know, it is a vector quantity. Velocity is having both magnitude and direction. This is not having, this is non-directional. So we are using the term speed. And absolute speed of a molecule we cannot be calculated. It is in a random motion. So what we can calculate? We have to calculate the distribution of the speed. Distribution of speed, not in one molecule this much speed. It is not like that. Overall distribution of the molecular speed we are going to calculate. And you know the equation, we have studied the derivation of the equation also. Maxwell's distribution of molecules. Okay, you know, right? Maxwell's distribution, dN by n is equal to 4 pi into, this is what Maxwell's distribution of molecules. Okay, speed of the molecule. What will be happening? We cannot calculate a particular molecular speed. It is overall a distribution of speed. How it will be distributing? Because the molecule will be in a random motion. It will be always colliding each other, and the transfer of energy will be happening. One molecule will gain energy and the other molecule will be losing the energy. This is the way gaseous molecule will behave. And Maxwell's distribution of molecular speed, Maxwell's distribution of molecule is dN by n. N is the number of molecules, right? dN by n equal to 4 pi into m by 2 pi kt raised to 3 by 2 c square. C is the speed of the molecule, okay, exponential, minus mc square by kt. You know the equation derivation, we have studied the detailed derivation in MSc class. This is what you required. That is what I am writing here. Okay, I am not going to derive any equation. This is important. Maxwell's distribution, the formula is important. Other than that, three other terms I will tell. Root mean square velocity you have heard, right? Root mean square velocity, most probable speed you know, and average speed. These three C's, root c square, most probable speed and average speed. The equations is important for us. Calculate the average speed of hydrogen molecule at so and so temperature. So next we will see root mean square velocity, average speed and most probable speed. I will be writing the equation. You will be getting the questions based on these equations. Okay. We will see what is root mean square velocity. Root mean square velocity, root c square, okay, root c square, root mean square velocity. This is the square of the velocity, root you are taking. The equation is root 3 RT by m, okay. The next is average speed. Average speed symbol is this, that is 8 RT by pi m. 8 RT by pi m, average speed. C bar, you have to write C bar 8 RT by pi m. The next is most probable speed, okay. Most probable speed CMP equal to root of 2 RT by m, okay. So 3 RT by m, root mean square velocity, average speed 8 RT by pi m, root, everywhere root is there. So this one, C most probable speed is root 2 RT by m. This is the equation, very important equations you have to study. So we will see what is the ratio of this. Okay, I am writing root c square. What is root c square? Root mean square velocity and average speed, how it has related. Most probable speed, how it has related? Everywhere RT by m is common, right? So root 3 is to root 8 by pi, right, is to root 2, right? Root 3 is to root 8 by pi is to root 2. Here only pi is there, okay? Average speed only pi is there. You have studied the MSc, so I am just writing the equations. This is important for us. So you have to study at least derivation and all. If you are not studying also, you should know the final equation, okay? This is the ratio of average speed. If why this ratio is important, you may get this root mean square velocity, and you may be asked to find out the most probable speed. This is the way it has related, okay? So what is the value we will see. So this is the value. If you are finding out root 3 is 1, 0.92 and 0.82, this is the values. So we will solve the problems now. We will see the questions based on these equations. Calculate the most probable speed of hydrogen gas at 200 Kelvin. Calculate the most probable speed of hydrogen gas at 200 Kelvin. What is the equation for most probable speed? You know, CMB. C is the speed, okay? Most probable speed equation, you know. What is the equation? 2RT by M, right? What is M? M is molecular weight. So we will see it is for hydrogen atom at hydrogen gas at 200 Kelvin. They are asking us to find out the most probable speed. So root of, we have to substitute 2 is constant, then R. What is the R value? 8.314, right? That is the universal gas constant. And at what temperature? It is 200 Kelvin. It is given in Kelvin, so no need to convert. If it is a degree Celsius, you have to convert it to the Kelvin, that you know, right? 1 Kelvin is 273 degrees Celsius, so you have to add 273 with the whatever value they have given in degrees Celsius. Here no problem, they have given in the standard Kelvin only, so you can apply 200. And what is the molecular weight of hydrogen? 2, right? So this equation you have to solve. This is the equation. So the next question is, I will be writing the next question. This value you have to find out, okay? You can use your calculator, you can find out the value, okay? The next is, at which temperature CMP of SO3, the most probable speed of SO3 will become equal to the most probable speed of oxygen at 80 degrees Celsius. You have to calculate the temperature at which SO3 most probable speed of SO3 will be equal to the most probable speed of oxygen. That temperature they have given 80 degrees Celsius. So this is the question. So you have to find out. So you have to find out at which temperature. So equation, what is the CMB equation? Most probable speed, you know, 2R, right? T1 by M of SO3 I am writing, okay? 2R T2 molecular weight of oxygen, right? This both will be equal at what temperature? We have to find out. T1 and T2 temperature. Temperature for SO3 you have to find out. Temperature for oxygen they have given at 80 degrees Celsius. We will see. So both side root is there. So I am taking a square. So the equation will become 2R T1 by molecular weight of SO3, right? Molecular weight of SO3 equal to 2R T2 by molecular weight of oxygen, right? 2R can be cancelled, right? So T1 equal to, you have to find out the temperature, T1. So T1 equal to T2 M of SO3 into T2 divided by molecular weight of oxygen. What is the molecular weight of SO3? 80, right? How to calculate? 3 into 16 plus S sulfur 32. So like that you have to calculate. How much you will be getting? You will be getting 80. What is the temperature at 80 degrees Celsius? They have said 80 degrees Celsius means you have to add 273 with that, right? 273 plus 80. What you will be getting? 353 Kelvin, right? So 80 into 353 Kelvin divided by what is the molecular weight of oxygen. You have to solve. Then you will be getting the answer in Kelvin. You will be getting the temperature because we have taken in Kelvin. If it is a Kelvin or degree Celsius, you have to calculate. If it is a degree Celsius, Kelvin to degree Celsius, you have to minus 273, right? Next question is, calculate the temperature at which root mean square velocity of sulfur SO2 will be equal to the most probable speed of methane at 27 degrees Celsius. So that is what I am writing all the final equation. This is the way you are going to get the questions. So what is RMS, root mean square velocity equation, you know. What is the most probable speed equation, you know. I am writing. What is root mean square velocity? Root 3RT by m equal to most probable speed. What is the equation for most probable speed? 2RT by m, right? This both will be equal at what temperature? This is for molecular weight of SO2 and this is for CH4, right? T1 and T2 I am giving, okay? So you know molecular weight of SO2. What is molecular weight of SO2? 32 plus 16 plus 16, right? 64, right? So CH4 is 12 plus 4, right? 16 you will be getting. And 27 degrees Celsius they have given. So 27 degree plus 273, right? So 300 Kelvin. All the information they had given, we have to just apply in this equation. So I am taking both the sides square. So what will be 3RT1 by m of SO2? Molecular weight of SO2 equal to 2RT2 molecular weight of CH4, right? 3RT1, R cancel. So T1 we should calculate. 3T1 m of SO2 is 64 I have applied. Then 2T22 T2. So 300, right? We have calculated T2. The value for T2 we have calculated 300. Then molecular weight of CH4 16, right? T1 is the question mark here, right? How to find out T1? T1 equal to right? This is what, right? T1 64 will come here and 3 will be down. And what you are going to get? What you are getting? 800 Kelvin. Okay, you can calculate and see whether you are getting 800 Kelvin. If you want to find out the degrees Celsius, you have to minus 273. This is the way you are going to get the equation. One more problem we will see, then you will understand. You have already understand, right? That is why I have not written any derivation or not. The final equation is important to solve the questions in your exam. Okay. The next question is, for an unknown gas, root mean square velocity is 3 times lower than the most probable speed of hydrogen gas at same temperature. So you have to find out the molecular mass of that unknown compound. What is the question? For an unknown compound, root mean square velocity is 3 times lower than the most probable speed of hydrogen gas at the same temperature, both at the same temperature. So we have to find out the molecular weight of that unknown substance. Okay, what is the equation for most probable speed and root mean square velocity? You know what is root mean square velocity? 3RT by m, right? This is an unknown compound. Most root mean square velocity of an unknown compound I have written now. This is an unknown compound equal to 3 times lower, 1/3, 3 times lower than the most probable speed, 2RT by m of hydrogen gas. So both temperature is same temperature. So what we are going to do? Now we will take the square of this. 3RT by molecular weight of unknown, which we have to find out, equal to, if I am taking the square, it will become 1/9, right? So remaining will be 2RT by molecular weight of hydrogen. What is molecular weight of hydrogen? 2, right? So R is both side cancel, temperature same temperature, so we are cancelling. So 3 by molecular weight of unknown equal to 1 by 9 into 2 by 2. 2 by 2 will be cancelling, right? So molecular weight of unknown you have to find out. Cross multiplication you can do. So molecular weight of unknown will be 9 into 3. So this is the way we have to find out root mean square velocity equation, you know, most probable speed equation, you know, whatever temperature if they are asking to find out, you know to find out both the temperature you have to compare, you have to take and find out, and molecular weight. R is a constant, the value you know 8.314, right? That is the universal gas constant. Either to find out the temperature or to find out the molecular weight, you know the equation. Whatever we have studied today, I will repeat. We have find out the critical temperature, critical pressure and critical volume equations, you know, and Boyle's temperature already we have studied, that also you know. Now we have studied the Maxwell's distribution of molecules, speed of the molecular distribution. Okay, absolute speed we cannot find out, so we are taking the distribution of molecular speed, that equation you know. And the next one, most probable speed, average speed and root mean square velocity, and problems also. This is the way you are going to get the problem. Hope you understand it well. The next class we will discuss about lattice energy, Born-Haber cycle, surface tension, everywhere equations, and how to calculate those Born-Haber cycle, how to calculate delta H for formation, all those things we will discuss in the next class. This is an easy question, you will be able to answer this. So please by heart the final equation. If you are not able to study the derivation of the equation also, no worries, you have to by heart the final equation. Okay, so hope you understand it well. Now next class we will continue with the Born-Haber cycle, the same physical chemistry topic. Okay.